thanks to anyone who is tuning in to see the 9 plays to pass the time during an epidemic. These are a series of short plays that I've written over the last 3 years, I guess. Most of them have been performed at the Toronto institution Sing for Your Supper, which is a cold read series where the actors come in, they see the script just once, and then they go off and do it. So it's a really great stomping ground, I guess, for actors and writers. Most of the actors I have recruited are from Sing for Your Supper, or also from the Toronto Fringe, and a few other independent theaters where I kind of have met them and liked their work and brought them on. So that's really all I can think of to say before just launching into the show. So enjoy, and we hope to entertain you over the next 2 hours. Thanks. Sorry for the technical difficulties we've had, but I'm grateful for the people that have followed along and decided to check us out later on. Tonight's going to be 9 short plays to pass the time during when you have nothing better to do, right? During this epidemic, and you've probably gone through all your Netflix movies and decided you really aren't going to read all those novels that you've been stacking. So here we are. Almost all these pieces have been read over the years at Sing for Your Supper, a Toronto institution for actors and writers. And most of the actors I've recruited to read these pieces are from Sing for Your Supper or from Toronto Fringe and other independent theaters. So I'm glad to have them all aboard. And with that, we will begin with the checkup. Talia, you're going to do stage directions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. The checkup. Scene 1. Edward is seated in an examination room, wearing a paper mask. Dr. Y enters.
So what brings you in here today? Actually, it says you have a bit of a cough. Perhaps you could leave that mask on.
I don't really think.
Okay. Just remove the mask for speaking, but please keep it on otherwise.
Okay, so I've been having trouble sleeping.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. Are you checking email, Facebook right before bed? Absolutely no Tinder after 8 p.m. There's no good can come of that.
Oh, is it serious as all that? I mean, medically speaking?
Yeah.
But my boss expects a response.
Yeah, I'll write you a note.
A note?
Well, surely you've heard of a doctor's note. I'll write that it's essential to your health and well-being that you get sufficient rest, and that means no email after 9 p.m.
Never mind.
What? You speak up.
Well, you're not going to write anything about Tinder to my boss. I mean, my manager, are you?
Not unless you'd like me to.
Oh, no.
Do you want? Okay. Very well. I mean, anything else? How long have you had the cough?
Probably a week.
Mm-hmm. Usually we request patients wait.
Oh, no. It's not really the cough that brought me in.
Oh.
I mean, I seem to have developed a rash.
A rash? And what color is the affected area?
It's mostly like a ashy gray. But I mean, there are some blue spots.
Really? Does it itch?
Not so much. It just seems kind of weird, but still, there must be some kind of ointment that would work, right?
Can you tell me where you were last Saturday? Say noon to 5? Did you go anywhere special?
I got a bit of a late start, but then I caught the ferry to the islands.
I see. How bad were the mosquitoes?
Oh, they were pretty bad. I mean, it was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
But I mean, You can write me a prescription for some wonder drug, right?
But we'll see. Now, just how many people have you been in contact since last Friday?
I'm not sure. I mean, why does that?
Well, see, I'm afraid you haven't touched the plague.
Excuse me?
Well, there's been an outbreak of the plague on the island.
What?
Well, yeah, we've been monitoring it closely for the last month or so.
You've known for how long? A month?
Yeah, well, see, we weren't too sure at first, of course, but you don't see the plague in action very often, so to speak.
But you've been pretty sure for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, about that.
I mean, don't you think you could have announced it on the news?
Yeah, we didn't want to cause a panic.
Oh, no, of course not.
I mean, just imagine the fuss. They closed down the ferry, torched the boats. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked anyway. It would have just spread the bacteria even further.
I see. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's all well and good, but what do you recommend?
Oh, well, that's going to have to come off.
Excuse me? You can't just go around cutting off people's arms.
Well, I'm afraid I have to. It's really the only alternative.
You know, I'm going to have to insist on a second opinion.
Okay, well, let's see. Time is of the essence, of course. But I think I saw Dr. B down the hall.
Yes, let's talk to him.
Okay, well, I'll go call him.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Yeah, I assure you there's... Yeah. Ah! Pardon me, it's a crowded office. And, a lot of the instruments get in the way. I assure you it's just a scurrilous rumor that Dr. B is short for Dr. Bonfire. But
Wait, what?
Dr. B, yeah, we got another case. Yeah, the patient definitely has it. Yeah. Well, he'd like to get your opinion on his case.
You know, I think I'll just come back. Better time, maybe when isn't so busy.
See, I'm afraid I can't allow that.
Dr. Y covers Edward's face with a mask connected to a tank of nitrous oxide. Edward passes out. Dr. Y steps out into the corridor, then returns with Dr. B.
I see you took measures. Was that absolutely necessary?
Well, I think he was about to do a runner.
No, we can't have that. So, do you still want my diagnosis?
Are you going to surprise me? Recommend operating first, then the bonfire?
Well, no. It's obviously more efficient to just go straight to the bonfire.
Well, see, I think this time we might really save the patient.
Interesting. You have hope this time around. Care to make a friendly wager?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay, fair. Well, you know how to reach me when you're through here.
Thank you, doctor.
No problem, doctor. Bonne chance.
Mm-hmm.
Lights down. Lights down, end scene. That was the checkup. Thank you, actors. Please introduce yourselves and the characters you have played.
My name is Dave, and I was Dr. Y.
I'm also David. I played Edward.
My name is Jamie. I played Dr. B.
Sorry about me catching the camera there.
It is a busy office.
I think it added to it.
I'm going to do a quick change myself.
Last chance at the last call. Sorry. That's not right at all. Last call at the Last Chance Saloon. Setting. Last Chance Saloon, a rundown bar in Toronto. Annie is cleaning glasses behind the bar. Derek sits at the bar. Sydney is at a nearby table. Frederick sits further back at another table.
Annie, another beer.
You sure about that? What about,
Don't worry about it. You got to remember this neighborhood is crawling with cops.
don't I know it, but still.
What?
You should stay sharp, because, hey, you never know.
I'm sharp as scissors.
Safety scissors, maybe.
Was I talking to you?
You know, that kind that they hand out to, in kindergarten.
Derek sits next to Sydney.
That's enough out of you.
I mean, you don't want to see any of those kids hurt themselves, have an accident, maybe spill a bit of blood. That wouldn't do.
You hold your tongue if you want to avoid an accident of your own. I mean, we wouldn't want that. What would your parole officer say?
Not sure. Probably say that bad accidents don't happen to good people. Isn't that what you'd say, officer?
That sounds about right. Maybe there's hope for you yet. But I'd prefer if you called me Coach, since I'm like your life coach.
Are you going to send me the showers, Coach?
Not just yet. What's the rush, Sydney?
Nothing. It's just this place is a dump.
Oh, hey, come on.
No, he's right. It is a dump.
So why do we always meet here?
It reminds me of home. Anyway, you could use some stability, some routine. Striving towards something routine would be good for you.
And I guess all those cops coming around.
Right. Just a bonus. Good for me, not so good for you.
Oh, I don't mind. It's nice having a built-in audience sometimes.
Now that,
Saves time anyway.
That, my friend, is exactly the sort of thing that got you in trouble the last time. I would hate to have to report that you weren't making any progress, that you were backsliding. But I'm sure you didn't mean it the way it came out.
That's right, Coach.
Just to show you that there are no hard feelings, I'll stand you the next round. What do you have?
Absinthe.
Oh, hey, what do you know? We're fresh out.
Then a Bloody Mary.
You're a regular comedian.
Just a thirsty one.
Impossible. Why do I bother?
I suppose because it's your job.
And don't you forget it.
Okay. The two of you can both cut it out now. I don't need a ruckus on my shift. Hey, in fact, I'm cutting the both of you off. It's ginger ale only for the next 2 hours.
Wow.
Annie, be reasonable.
Hey, it's no use trying to sweet talk me. My mind's set.
Door starts to push open.
I know, who's this?
Sister Ellen enters, followed by Sister Brittany.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, brother.
It is only Sister Brittany and myself this afternoon. May we join you in this fine establishment?
It's free country.
For some of us, anyway.
Oh, amen to that.
I don't mean to be disagreeable, but I'm afraid that I can't agree with that assessment. How can a country be free when its leaders follow false idols? The people are no better, of course, wandering around blindly in the dark. This country is in dire need of enlightenment.
Oh, tell it, Sister Ellen.
Are you sure you're in the right place? The Last Chance Saloon?
Yes. This is the place of which we were told, a bar frequented by lost souls.
Okay, just checking. There's a free table over there in the far corner. And by the way, what can I get you before you go?
Just a second. Who told you about this place?
Well, I didn't speak with him myself, but Sister Brittany did.
Well, Officer Miller was most helpful in giving us precise directions.
Oh, I just bet he was. I'll have to have a word with Joe later on.
Well, to bring the light.
You know, this place is exactly the way he described it. A real dive.
Uh-huh. And why are you here?
To bring the light, as I was saying, to some of these unfortunates.
As much as I am obliged to respect your right to follow whatever religion you choose, most of these unfortunates are under my care, loosely speaking, and I can't have them joining any cult.
How dare you call us
It's all right, Sister Brittany. He knows not of what he speaks. I can assure you, sir, the Sisterhood of Cosmic Understanding, Last Testament, is no cult.
Yeah, that's all right then, I guess.
Oh, but we won't be answerable for those Next Testament hussies.
You stay calm, Sister Brittany. Unfortunately, the schism was recent and feelings still run high on both sides. But we can hold our heads high, knowing that we are the anointed ones with the mission to spread the truth.
And what would that be?
I'm glad you asked, officer. We have a pamphlet right here.
Actually, never mind. You go ahead and talk to them. I could use a bit of a laugh.
Maybe you could give me a bit of background on your charges before we begin.
Oh, of course. Well, there's Frederick hiding in the back. He did a couple of years for arson.
A fire starter.
He's just a loony firebug, if you ask me. And just before everyone gets a little too comfortable, might I remind you that this is a drinking establishment?
Oh, could we just have some water then?
I'm afraid not.
But before you were just a piece of string. Get it? Stringing me along?
Oh my God.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll have a dirty Russian.
Sex on the beach for me.
Aren't you going to introduce me, Coach?
This is Sidney Thisbe.
That's Sidney Thisbe, artiste.
Surely it's not a crime to be an artiste.
His favorite medium is blood.
Oh, how dreadful. But still, I don't understand.
The paintings transform before your eyes.
Oh.
Only bright red for the shortest time, then losing oxygen, more a brick red, and on until reaching black. You had to be there from the beginning to really get the full effect, so only I saw.
Sidney is omitting the fact that he wasn't painting using his own blood.
Yeah, it's a mere detail.
And his collaborators weren't quite done using it.
So we shall start with Frederick.
Sister Ellen and Sister Brittany joined Frederick at his table.
Can I help you?
It is we who want to help you.
That's right.
I don't care what you're selling. I don't want any.
We are selling salvation. Surely you want that. Your soul yearns for it.
Let's say I take a pass. What then?
Eternal damnation, writhing in the fiery pit of hell.
I don't know. Doesn't sound so bad.
What?
I mean, I like fire. Watching flames encircle,
But the pain.
Oh, I get used to it. I hardly have any nerves in my fingertips as it is. From all the times I let matches burn all the way down. By the way, you wouldn't happen to have
No matches.
My son, I don't think you realize that the real pain of damnation is not from the fiery pits.
Or the demons sticking their burning pitchforks up your...
But being utterly and totally abandoned by the celestial spirit. The realization that you had a choice and made the wrong one. Took the wrong path, turning away from salvation. That leads to an agony beyond description.
Tell me more about these demons.
I have some literature right here.
Mm-hmm.
I shall speak with this Sidney Thisbe. Wish me well, sister. Sister? What? I see. You do well to focus on him, bring him into the fold.
Sister Ellen moves to Sydney's table.
Please tell me about this so-called art of yours.
That's like me asking you to tell me about your so-called God.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
I didn't. It's only making a point.
I see. Let's start again.
Okay.
Why do you make art?
I make it because I can't imagine not making art. Because there's something of a savage beauty missing in the world. And it is my job, my calling, to bring this into being.
In the background, Frederick and Sister Brittany start snogging.
But it sounds like your art is horrible.
Those who have actually seen it would disagree.
Mm.
But even if so, the world is a horrible place in many respects, and my art forces the public to pay attention, to not turn away from that horror.
Of course, one must not turn away, but there is no point in wallowing in it either. This life with all its burdens is only transitory.
Brief candle.
Frederick
Brief
takes a
candle.
pamphlet and lights a corner.
Less than a minute of celestial time.
Exactly, not even a second. And the life that follows is everlasting. That's why it is so important for you to follow the path of righteousness. Is it just me, or is it getting hot in here?
It is a bit stifling. I wonder if we should go to my place. It's far more comfortable, and I could show you my latest work. I'm exploring the idea of dark angels.
What kind of angels?
They're sort of Gnostic angels. Those angels granted wisdom beyond human comprehension. Just so happens I've been looking for a new model. Perhaps...
Oh, surely you don't mean me. I'm hardly a model.
Oh, contraire. I'm seeing your inner and outer beauty at the same time. But, of course, inner beauty, your inner wisdom, suffers when it's hidden as you hide yourself. These depths must be plumbed so the inside is there on the canvas as well. The world must know.
Oh, yes, Sydney. Yes.
Sister Ellen and Sydney stand up.
And just where do you think you're going?
Frederick runs over and tosses a burning pile of paper onto the bar.
Oh, let there be light!
Fire!
In the confusion, Frederick, Sydney, Sister Ellen, and Sister Brittany exit the Last Chance Saloon. Derek dumps his drink on the fire.
Good thing you put extra ice cubes in that ginger ale. And I guess it's a good thing that I hate ginger ale, which I know you know.
God, what a mess. What are you going to do?
About what? Sweeping up's not my job.
No, about those two.
They'll be back. Probably tomorrow.
No, those two nuns are whatever.
Who?
You know, the Sister Hot Pants and, you know, the other one.
I'm not following you.
Oh. Okay. Tell you what. You help me clean up and I'll get you that beer you ordered.
Hey, now you're talking.
Lights down. And actors, tell us who you are.
I'm
All right.
David, I played Sydney.
And I am Jane, and I played Sister Ellen.
I'm Elizabeth, and I played Sister Brittany.
I'm Dave, and I was Frederick.
I'm Jamie. I was Derek.
I'm Andrea and I played Annie.
All right. Thank you. So we're moving on to the line. We'll get the cast up. Okay, Brandon, you're... Okay, there we go. Okay, and it's some point, Andrea, you're going to join, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. The line. Setting. A fenced front yard in Toronto, 2018. Eddie is standing in the middle of the street holding one end of a tape measure. Ed is holding the other end and standing next to a tree.
Are you sure you're in the middle of the street? I mean, you aren't a couple of steps closer to the house?
I couldn't be any more in the middle.
No need to get smart, young man. Damn.
What's wrong, Dad?
This tree.
What's wrong with the tree?
I can't take it down.
Why would you want to do that?
What do you mean? It's an eyesore.
It's fine. It's just a tree. The birds like it.
Well, I don't. Anyway, all I ever see is a bunch of squirrels running up and down it.
They deserve
No birds.
Okay, Dad. I get it. Look, I've got practice. Do you need anything else?
No. Wait. You sure you were in the middle of the street?
Dad, I've got to run, but I'll see you later.
Okay.
Eddie drops the tape measure and exits. Ed starts gathering up the tape measure. Al enters and leans on the fence.
Afternoon, Ed.
Al,
How's it going?
could be better.
What's wrong?
This tree,
Yeah? What about it?
it's right on the line.
The line.
The city claims they own everything right up to the line.
Really?
Well, I mean, they call it a road allowance, but it's the same thing.
So if they own it, how come I pay taxes on it?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Hey, Janice!
Yeah, what is it?
You heard about this?
Janice
What?
enters, standing next to Al.
What?
The city owns a front yard.
Oh, you mean the, what's it? The allowance?
Yeah, what's that about?
So this came up last year with the Bakers. Their pipes were all clogged up by the tree roots, and the city had to pay to fix up right to the allowance. But they had to pay for the rest. Took a couple of months before it was all straightened out.
I don't remember this. Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what,
Well, the city... Never mind. You seem to be taking it all pretty calmly.
what's the big deal?
Well, you're doing all this planning in the front. Seems like the city should be paying you.
Now you're just being ridiculous. If the city decided to, I guess they could make me rip it all out. Nothing I could do.
Hey, it's not just that. I mean, I can't take down this tree. It's on the city property, apparently right on the line.
It's a nice tree.
Yeah, I think it's just the principle of the thing.
No, I really do want to take down the tree. I mean, I was going to replace it, but there isn't any way to get the city to do that.
They do love their trees.
I mean, it's hardly a tree at all. It's more like basically an overgrown bush.
Yeah, imagine that, sending a man to jail for taking down a bush.
Oh, it's just a fine.
It's a pretty big fine for something that's not much more than a bush.
You know, I bet you they wouldn't even notice. Hey, why don't you just go ahead and swap trees?
It only takes one person on the block to complain.
Yeah, but Janice and I won't say anything. Right, Janice?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Al.
Liam and Barbara appear on the other fence.
What's this all about? No one told us there was a meeting.
Yeah, Ed's having some trouble with the city.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, interfering with his private property.
Really?
Yeah, it's just this tree. It's right on the line, so I can't just remove it.
How about you just cut out the part that's on your side of the line?
Oh, don't be daft. That would kill it.
That's exactly my point.
I am not sure that I want to associate with any tree murderers.
No one's killing anything. I just want to replace this tree
Well, it looks perfectly fine and healthy to me.
with a nicer tree.
Are you some kind of speciesist?
Maybe some kind of flowering tree.
Oh, that would be nice.
Could bring out more bees, though.
Do you know where we would be without bees?
Hey, it doesn't matter. Just another few centimeters, though. Oh.
So what is the city claiming here?
The road allowance is 18 meters, 9 from the center line.
Oh, that's got to be more than 9 meters.
We measured it twice. Tree is right on the line.
Maybe your measure got all stretched out in the heat.
Yeah, he's got a good point. Everything expands in the heat.
Go ahead, throw it in the freezer and try again.
I just don't think.
Well, hell, I'll do it. Give it here.
Honey, the freezer's full of beer for the party, you know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, you're on your own. If you're free later on, swing by. We're just having a casual get-together.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
That goes for the two of you, too.
But just leave your chainsaws at home. Just saying.
Liam and Barbara exit.
So what are you going to do?
Oh, I guess you clean up a bit. See if Ellen wants to.
No, about the tree. About the tree.
What can I do?
Well, if I were you, I'd look into lightning rods.
Really?
Sure. You know, tree dies of natural causes. Lightning's natural, right? So then the city will have to replace it.
That seems maybe a bit inefficient.
Well, maybe there's ways to speed up the process.
Al, that's terrible.
All I'm saying is that if you Google how to kill a tree and not get caught, you didn't hear it from me.
Al, stop it.
Your real pal. I won't forget it.
I don't know. Oh, forget what?
Oh, right. Nothing. I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, see, that's right. Anyway, I guess I'll head over around 9. See you there?
Sure. See you, Janice. Al.
Bye.
Janice and Al exit. Ed stares at the tree. Lights down. Okay, actors, tell us who you were.
I'm Dave. I was Al.
I'm David. I played Ed.
I'm Talia. I play Janice.
I'm Brandon. I played Eddie.
I'm Jamie. I played Liam.
I'm Andrea, and I play Barbara.
All right, great. Scene change.
The Investigation. Setting, Toronto, March 2020. Scene 1. Eric sits at desk, flipping through a black address book.
Duncan? No. Dennis? No. Daniel? No, not quite. Dave. Yeah, Dave. Okay, let's try this.
Eric picks up phone and dials Dave, who is lounging on the couch.
Hello.
Dave, how's it going?
It's all right. Considering. Who's this?
Oh, yeah, sorry, it's Eric. The guy who wrote that piece, the one about the plague?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh, glad you liked it. You were great in it, so...
Yeah, you tapped into something there.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's almost like you knew what was coming.
Well...
It's that bit about the authorities not wanting to spook people and keep them buying stuff on the island. It's like you had a crystal ball or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't follow my own advice, or I would have shorted the market.
Pardon?
Oh, never mind. I just was remembering I left one of those masks, and I was wondering...
Oh, yeah, that came in super handy.
Oh, so you use the mask for real? You don't
Oh,
still...
no. Yeah, no, I was doing all the sanding and it was a real lifesaver.
I bet. Well, glad I could be of service.
Yeah, thanks. And by the way, if you ever write a sequel, let me know.
Yeah, sure, Dave. Bye.
Yeah, you got it.
You too. Darn. All right. Who else? Elizabeth.
Eric picks up phone and dials Elizabeth, who is sitting at a piano.
Hello?
Elizabeth, it's Eric.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, all things considered. You're not calling about the reading, are you? I'm pretty sure that was canceled.
No, I heard about that. No, I was just thinking back to that costume for the Fringe show.
Which one?
Our show, Final Exam, the one where you came back as a nurse.
Oh, right. That show where I didn't get to sing.
Yeah, you had a face mask, I think, and I was just wondering.
No, the nurse outfit only came with a hat. You can have the hat back if you like. I only wore it once after the show closed.
Okay, so no mask?
Sorry, no. It looks like I have another call coming in, so I have to drop off of this one. Sorry, bye.
I thought she was the nice one. Damn.
End scene. Eric is lying on the couch, struggling to breathe.
I can't believe just how painful this all is. Why didn't anyone tell me? Let's see if I have that investigator's number.
Eric fiddles with phone and makes a call. Sam picks up.
Silman Investigations, Sam Silman speaking. No job's too big or too small, but it might be too far.
Sorry?
No, I'm sorry that we weren't deemed an essential service. So unless I can conduct the investigation in the safety of my home office, you'll have to wait until after this all blows over, too.
Oh, that'll be too late.
Too late for what? Gathering evidence?
For everything, but especially for me to pay for your services.
Ah. In light of the epidemic, we are insisting on payment in advance.
Oh, I see. Well, sorry to have bothered you.
Not so fast. You'd be surprised how much investigating one can carry out from a home office. Tell me about the case.
Oh, well, I've caught the COVID.
See, I could tell that, even without being in the same room with you. And by the way, I'm glad we're not sharing the said room. No offense. So what does he want?
I want to find out who gave it to me.
Oh, tricky. Very tricky.
But you can do it, right?
What does it really matter?
What do you mean? I want to know who's responsible.
To what end?
To what end? It's my right to know, and then...
Exactly. What does it matter anyway?
Look, indulge me.
Fine.
So you'll take the case?
Sure. As it happens, the province wants to track down cases of community spread, and they have legit reasons. Unlike you with your nebulous revenge fantasies.
Wait. Isn't that double dipping?
What do you care? You want to take the case, right?
Sure. No problem. So anyway, let me send you this list of suspects.
Suspects? I mean, this isn't a murder Never mind. Send it over.
And just to let you know, I have a plan I think you should follow.
Great. Just letting you know that life isn't like Columbo.
Yeah, I know that. If that was the case, the audience would already know who did it.
The audience? What do you want about? Just send the list.
Eric hangs up.
You know, I'm already regretting this.
Scene 3, 2 weeks later. Entire cast is ensembled on a Zoom chat.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for your indulgence. I know it took a while to find a time that worked for everyone.
It's not like we didn't have anything better to do. What with the bars closed and all.
Hey, speak for yourself. I have plenty of things still on the go.
No, sorry, I just meant...
And just for your information, most of the bars around me anyway deliver. What's not to like?
I think Dave just meant that pretty much everyone is home all the time now.
Well, sure, but I'm still busy. And maybe we can cut to the chase and ask, why did you assemble us?
Well, I mean, like, virtually, anyway.
It should have been clear in the email.
Oh, well, you may have said, but it's just, it's just gone right out of my head. Sorry.
Okay. So let me go over this again for Yolandria and everyone else.
No, Yolandria.
Sorry, Yolandria.
No, Yolandria.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Eric has reason to think that you have spread COVID-19.
To me.
Now we agreed that you were going to let me handle this.
Sorry.
And if you are responsible, then we'll have to make sure that you are truly in isolation.
But I don't have it. And I'd given up on handshakes long before this went down, so how?
You were at the last rehearsal, right?
Of course.
And in fact, it was at your apartment, correct?
It was just a read-through, and now that I think about it, Eric, it was very late and had to take the seat by the door, right? So I wasn't anywhere near him, and I certainly didn't shake hands.
Your cat.
You're still interrupting. Eric says in his notes that your cat rubbed up against him as you made your way up the staircase.
You can't get coronavirus from a cat.
Not that we know, but honestly, the scientists aren't sure. One day they say one thing, and then they change their minds the next.
That's for sure.
I'm just saying, we can't rule anything out. So at this reading, it was David, Dave, Elizabeth, Jimmy.
I wasn't there.
My understanding is that you were living in his house, so you have...
Not by choice.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, I mean that I've been looking for like a cheap place to stay after, a bit of a blow up with one of my roomies. So
Go on.
Okay, so he saw something that I posted on Twitter, and so he got in touch, and then he said he was renting out his basement. So I thought it meant like the basement suite, but no, it's just like a family room down here.
There's a futon.
Yeah, but there's no lock on the door. Look, I sometimes think that he knew something like this was going to happen, and I'd be like trapped in the house with him, like some one of those like creepy throwback comedies or something. But hey, joke's on him, because I won't even let him come down to do his laundry. Huh.
Joke's on you. I haven't done laundry for the past month.
Eric,
Ew.
Sorry.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm not washing as often either. And of course, I'm just wearing gym jams instead of pants.
Oh.
I'm not wearing anything.
thanks for sharing. Anyway, I think we're getting a bit off track. So, to recap, most of you were at the last read-through at David's place and had at least some limited contact with Eric, and Yolandria is actually in his house.
I mean, in the basement suite, so-called. I never see him at all.
But surely you have plenty of opportunity to be touching common surfaces, at least the doors.
Oh yeah, the door, the one that doesn't have a lock. I mean, yeah, I suppose.
You don't
but
mind
I don't.
if I take notes, do you? This would make a good game show.
Oh, you're not still pitching those, are you?
Guilty as charged, but I actually have one in development.
No way.
I mean, it's going to start off as sort of a video podcast.
You're vlogging?
It's kind of insulting when you put it like that.
Are you still casting?
Yeah.
I wasn't holding out on you, I swear. I was just waiting for the right moment, and I guess as long as I have you all here.
Oh, you're going to do the pitch right now?
I mean, why not? So, 2 words. COVID dating game.
That's 3 words. And who even remembers the dating game?
Well, maybe it's more like COVID bachelor. That's 2 words. Anyway,
Fine.
as the game gets underway, the contestant is made aware that one of the 3 beauties that he has to choose from has something irregular about her face.
I don't have anything wrong with my face.
Could be anything, really. A huge wart in the nose, maybe an unfortunate face tat.
Ew, I have to get a face tat?
Well, no, I'm sure you can be one of the normal runners-up. I mean, that's the gag, right? The contestant is steered towards the woman with the terrible facial deformity covered up with the mask.
Well, when you put it like that.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Dave.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, Elizabeth, but things have really dried up, and, this is a way to get some exposure.
Speaking of exposure, if I can get back on board with the real reason that you're all on chat.
Oh, right. Eric, man, I'm sorry to hear that you caught this thing, but you have every reason to think that you'll pull through, right? I mean, you're on the right side of, what is it, 60?
It's after 50 where the risks are so much worse.
Oh, bummer. Anyway, I don't think you caught it from me or my cat.
Or me.
And definitely not me.
Actually, before we go any further, I've spent some time analyzing everyone's activity over the past few weeks, and I've come to the conclusion that Eric gave it to himself.
What?
Maybe you could explain?
Yeah.
Looking at his limited interactions with the outside world, at least over the past month or so, I think the most likely explanation is that he picked up the coronavirus from an infected book he picked up in a little free library down the street.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm serious. Dead serious.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, that never gets old. Well, it's a tough way to go, but somehow appropriate. Done in by his love of literature.
I'm not dead yet.
Oh,
Sorry.
that would make for another great twist in this new thing I'm working on. Get in touch, folks. I think there will be parts for everyone.
Oh.
I think we're done here, right?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
ciao.
All right,
later.
gotta go.
Yeah.
See?
Cast except for Sam and Eric exits from the video call.
There is no way I'm paying for this investigation.
I only promised you an answer. Not that you would like the answer. And before you break in again, remember Clause 19b. The contract gives me the last word.
Lights down. That was the investigation. Thank you, actors. Please introduce yourself and the character you have played.
I'm Eric, playing Eric.
David playing David.
I am Dave, playing Dave.
I'm Elizabeth, playing Elizabeth.
I'm Jamie playing Jimmy.
And I'm Andrea playing Yolandria.
I'm Brandon, and I played Sam.
John.
All right.
We have a break time, right?